So Elon Musk came out and said, spill the beans, man, to Tanev. The Tesla CEO introduced him as Vlad the Stock Impaler. What happened last week? Why couldn't people buy the GameStop shares? The people demand answers and they want to know the truth. So much for the rigged market, the supposed conspiracy to fleece Reddit traders and other nonsense spouted about last week's stock market ructions involved GameStop and other companies. It turns out the controversy was essentially about a larger than normal clearinghouse call for capital. Now, when you buy and trade, and even if you don't give the money, you need to give some sort of a surety. So, or if you had surety from the people that were trading with you, let's say me, I was giving Robinhood some orders for some stock, I would have to have a relationship with them and have some sort of a surety with them to be able to trade with them. Otherwise they wouldn't give me shares. So I don't understand what the issue was, unless they could see into the future and tell their clients that, look, you're going to lose money. But they wouldn't care because they would make money out of the client anyway. So I really don't understand how this is so easy to understand. But because it's the Wall Street Journal, the guys that gave us, the conspiracies around Russiagate, and there's nothing to see here with Joe Biden, and the Biden family seems to know a lot about money and investment. I tell you that. So if Biden says there's nothing to see here, I will believe him. The reality is more prosaic. Now I want to talk about that word because I have no clue what it means. The thing is, I think these people in journalism use big words to confuse people like me and to prove to their parents that they didn't waste their money sending them to some sort of a university where they did journalism or some socialism thing of sorts. A clearinghouse that processes the settlement trades watched the volatile trading and demanded more collateral to cope with the potential losses. Now, from my understanding, there wasn't any volatile trading. It was booming. So that is, firstly, that's a lie. Secondly, is that did this company not have enough collateral? Because that is possible. Did Robinhood not have enough capital to put down? Because they would have recovered it from their clients. Plus, the risk factor when it comes to business is they would have insurance on their clients in case they couldn't pay. It's not very complex when you look at it that way. Maybe South Africa, we do it differently. I mean, maybe we are far ahead of America as a third world country, that's always a possibility, but when you loan something to somebody, you have to have collateral or at least some sort of insurance, which is then signed over to a third party. So they're talking. Maybe they're talking the truth. Maybe they're telling the truth. I don't know. Robinhood Chief Executive Vlad Tanev explained the demand Sunday night in an interview on a live stream on Clubhouse in social networking app. Okay, so at least he's stuck to social media. The request was around 3 billion, which is, about an order of magnitude more than what is typically is, Mr. Tenev said. Okay, so what is it? There's no numbers. He's not stating numbers. He's not stating facts. What is the norm? Okay, how is this a magnitude? What is the percentage more? Is it 10%? Is it 50? Is it 500%? Because that would obviously make a difference in my opinion, your opinion of the scenario. A margin call is not a conspiracy. Totally agree. But in America, everything is a conspiracy at the moment. Especially when the Bidens are involved, and Wall Street is involved, and hedge funds are involved, and politicians are involved. I really, Gamergate is a conspiracy. Even your gaming industry has issues. A margin call is not a conspiracy. A clearinghouse is an intermediary between buyers and sellers, working on a commission, I must say, in a financial market. Who has insurance? It's not written there. That's my opinion. Or should have insurance from or on the client's trade. That insurance can come from assets. It can come from shares that they're signing over, that they hold for the clients, or it can come from a third-party insurer that is insuring the client. I mean, it's not that difficult. So Elon Musk grilled the Robinhood CEO over the GameStop, freezing. The people want answers. It seems that American people want answers a lot these days, which they're not getting. So Elon Musk threw a surprising bone to Reddit GameStop investors early Monday, grilling Robinhood CEO on precisely why the trading app had halted buying for GameStop just as the stock was rising. Do you want to hear the real story from Vlad, Robinhood, about what happened in the street with GameStop? Musk asked the Clubhouse, an exclusive audio app that has become popular with an elite set of Silicon Valley Valleyites. Do these guys get prizes for the shittiest words that they can create or write down? It has to have something to do with going to a university and studying journalism, because no normal person uses these kinds of words and this language. He asked the moderators to turn on the audio for Robinhood's chief executive Vladimir Tenev, who was also on the session, so he could talk. So Vladimir the Impaler, that is so funny. That is when Musk launched a torrent of questions, a CEO to CEO showdown over why the trading app halted trading on the market's hottest stocks at one point last week. Spill the beans, man, Musk said to Tenev, whom the Tesla CEO introduced as Vlad the Stock Impaler. What happened last week? Why couldn't people buy the GameStop shares? The people demand answers, and they want to know the truth. Tenev, who said some of the concerns raised by Musk would waded into conspiracy theory, found himself forced to defend these companies' actions. Now I'm going to go further because we all know what's happening. They're going to come up with a bunch of excuses as to why, and it's got nothing to do with the whole push for the rich to get richer and the poor to get poorer. Maybe we should read this. Online IR erupted last week at the consumer trading app Robinhood when the company restricted buying for GameStop, AMC Entertainment, and other stocks as their shares price soared, fueled by a social media push to buy into the companies. Reddit users on the discussion board R Wall Street Bets encouraged one another to buy and hold GameStop stock, which they viewed as undervalued, and revolt against deep-pocketed hedge funds that had shorted the stock. Okay, people are standing up. What does this mean? What does this mean? I think people are realizing that in more ways than one, that they're getting screwed over by the rich elites. You know, it's sad that you have to think that all of this is all about money, and you know the way that they're treating people. There's no huge conspiracy behind anything. It's just greediness.